Robbie, you're talking about art that may not exactly be
Ooh.
art.
Art is subjective. Um, the Kunsten Museum of Modern Art in Denmark asked artist Jens Haaning to recreate two of his earlier pieces from the 2010s called An Average Danish Annual Income and An Average Austrian Annual Income. In those original works, they were featured because the frames were full of the Danish krona and euro bills representing the yearly wages of Danish and Austrian workers. So, for the recreation of these pieces that he was commissioned to do, the museum gave him $84,000 in Danish kroner. And when the artworks arrived at the museum, they were surprised to find two blank canvases with no money on them, collectively titled, Take the Money and Run. So, when they asked for a refund, just to fulfill the contract, the artist's response was, This is only a piece of art, and I don't return the money. So, my friends, is this art or is this theft?
So,
Funny.
is this art? I think it's both.
What do you think? Yeah.
And I say that
It was a crime.
well, I say that because I think his intention was to take the money. But he found a very artistic and creative way to do it. Right? I mean, it's about
That's
about
funny.
so this guy, what is his Hanning is his name? Haaning?
Hunting, yes.
Haaning?
Honey.
He was apparently known for challenging norms, right? And so this is what they paid him to do, challenge the norms. And if taking their money and stealing their money and then calling it art is not normal, then okay, whatever. On top of that, from what I understand, the museum actually displayed it, the two canvases,
Yeah,
as
they
art.
did.
So obviously it's art. They just weren't happy with, maybe, what they got out of it. Maybe they were expecting something more. And I get it. They had
They
this
were
written agreement.
expecting the bills that they gave him to create the art to be in the frames.
Well, he used them.
He literally used. I mean, I thought that this was hilarious. I feel like it was very funny. I mean, I thought that this actually, I thought it was the opposite of what Neo said, how he thought it was like a crime. And then I think it was artistic on purpose because, artists are known to like push boundaries and kind of like mingle their own expression with whatever cultural issues are going on at the time. Like, okay, he took the money. That's how we're all feeling, right? Like, I'm gonna take the money. Like, that's how you feel. So I understand his expression, or I understand in my own way his take on the art. I don't think it was a crime. They shouldn't have given him that money. I don't think I don't think it was a crime for him to
I
take
mean,
it.
when you give
Okay,
someone,
but Johnny, the art, the bills were the materials for the job. So if you commissioned someone to build you a house and you provided them with the materials and you showed up and there was only a foundation poured for your home, but they titled it cheeky, they called it the Take the Money and Run estate. Would you feel like you got ripped
you weren't
off and would
commissioning the
want
building
to-
of a house.
but you provided the materials for something to be created, and they took those materials, and in this instance it was
But that's
money,
what art is
they
about.
kept it.
But art is about, an
He's an
individual's
artist, though.
an individual sense of
Create
what is
something
creative.
with this stack of money,
And he
that
did
was
nothing.
Mhm.
Disappeared, right? Like, that's an
created
option.
an
That's
art
what
piece.
makes it.
I'm
That's
not-
what I thought. I was like, that's what makes it funny.
I think it's like I say, I think it's both because I think his intent was to just take the money and use the money for himself because he may have needed the money. But he still provided an art piece. Because I mean, think about it. We're talking about it.
We
Lots
are.
of people are talking about it. So the museum
They
is
probably
getting
had
its money's
visitors.
worth. Yeah, plus,
I'm
I think
sure.
didn't they lose? I mean, didn't they win the court case? Is there a court case?
Yeah, they're not getting all of it back.
They're not getting all of it. Okay.
Yeah, they're not.
And I understand the
Oh,
institution. The museum was not like a wealthy institution. It's not like Smithsonian or something like that. I mean, it's kind of a
Right.
it's a low-level museum, didn't have a lot of money, and apparently they said it was earmarked for upkeep.
If you have an opportunity, check out their website. They have some incredible pieces on display, past and present. It's absolutely worth checking out their online gallery.
Yeah, so they're not
nice,
but they're trying to do their thing, and so giving it $84,000 is probably a lot for them. I get that.
And actually, that money was sourced from a variety of different museums, so it was crowdsourced. Hey, let's get all this money together so that we can crowdsource these pieces. And exactly, I mean, we're talking about it right now, and it's part of his deliberate intent to make an artistic statement to challenge the traditional notions of art, the value in exchange. So he took the money and presented blank canvases instead of the traditional artwork. So it forced them to really ask the question about what the true value of art is. I know that he also wanted to make a statement about the reduced earning power of the average European family just in this global economy, because since the 2010s, the economic landscape has changed considerably. So to recreate it, to say, okay, well, what we have today is nothing compared to what we had 15 years ago. All right, so that's a statement in and of itself.
That's how I saw it. That's how I saw it.
But I don't know. I think it would have been a louder statement if he would have incorporated some of it. And rather than take the money for himself, then, maybe donate it to.
But then he couldn't title it "Take the Money and Run."
Food banks.
Yeah, it doesn't go with the.
Yes, you can, because Robin Hood stole from the rich and gave to the poor. So he took the money and ran, but he just gave it back to who needed it. So don't give me that.
Yeah.
Don't give me that.
Fair enough. All right.
That is fair.
That's a good argument. All right. I mean, but I want to just point out to me, so were the bills, the entire 84,000 were supposed to be put onto the artwork, all of it, and he was supposed to get no money out of it?
Well, no, he was going. I think I can't remember what it was, but he was commissioned to do the piece, and he was provided with those materials. I don't know what the compensation was, but that's what the value of the banknotes were.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The museum CEO said that a work in its own right has been created. But he also says that wasn't the deal.
No, that wasn't the deal, man. That wasn't the deal.
All right. Mike Winter says, I would have painted the finger in the middle. Actually, that probably would have been a better piece of work.
I know. Right? At least we would have kind of understood.
Or rearranging some of the bills. Arranging the bills so that they give you that illusion of reading between the lines.
Or even $1 to make it campy. I don't know. I just feel like how he did it was funny.
Yeah. All right.
It's definitely interesting, and we are talking about it.
Is this truth, lies, shenanigans? Truth
I don't know, guys. Shenanigans.
I think it's art piece, but I think he was,
Neil's like, I don't know. I think he was plotting on it.
But it is art. He did provide some art.
Made a statement of expression.